Alright, I paused so I could take a picture for a second, but I'm back. Going back to what I was saying, everybody's talking about this coronavirus, and everybody's taking all the measures they can to be as sanitary as they can because it's spreading around here. And, you know, of course, y'all need to be careful and wash your hands all the time, every chance you get, which anybody should know that. Health-wise, it's bad enough that I need to quit dipping tobacco really bad. Been going to the dentist and had a lot of worries about mouth or throat cancer, and I'm gonna wind up being a permanent resident of one of these pretty soon if I don't stop. Really is a bad habit and gets to be both nasty and expensive, but I hope if I do live long enough not to mess up my mouth from dipping tobacco, I hope to quit pretty soon in the future and be proud of my future self, and, you know, not have a can call the shots for me all the time. I know it's a bad habit, but people know it is hard to give up nicotine. I had an aunt who quit smoking cigarettes twice. One year they used a cigarette to light a firework and it started her back smoking. But my uncle quit one time before. But yeah, like I said, it's just no telling I wonder what all kind of stuff they mix in that dip, because they say that tobacco's got thousands and thousands of carcinogens in it. I was in line at Walmart the other day. I was getting either some gas or some dip. This man was saying if I don't quit smoking, I'm gonna wind up in the grave. Oh no, one of my jump off battery pack things is dying on me. So I'm gonna have to get the other one out in just a second. Now that really does catch my attention. I've never stopped and looked at this one, but is this seriously 1811 to, it doesn't say the year though. I mean, somebody 1811 couldn't be alive now. It has to be that she must have changed plans and decided to move somewhere else, I guess. That's my best guess about it. Can't tell if some of these are, if it's more rain damage or some of the stuff that they've had to seal up from the vandalism. Yeah, definitely got some wear and tear on that one too. That looks every bit like one of those gravestones that would be on a horror movie. I know that's definitely a very odd shape of its own. It's not just old in terms of hundreds of years. I read 1913 on there. But I don't know why it has those little creases on it, and that's different, I give it that. That must have been a typo on where it was supposed to have printed daughter, I guess. That's really sad. I used to be immature about kids a few years ago. I used to always say I didn't like being tied down, but hug your kids if you have them, and I definitely hope that never happens to you. It's sad. No parent should have to bury a kid ever. Can't really find anything legible on these either. You know, I wonder how many people that I know from around here in these small towns, wonder how many people, if they knew I explore cemeteries, they think I'm pretty weird. I guess they probably would, but it makes sense. I've been socially isolated a lot, and I just don't really, whatever they call it nowadays, hang out with people a lot, because eventually it's always about what can they get out of you, and just having something convenient for them. And there's always just an easy way to take out, you know, I miss when people used to actually accept you and everything instead of unfriending you and just always acting funny and wanting to hide and just, you know, pout like a little kid about it. But there's not much I can do. My brain's wired differently, and I've always been a little different, and people on the spectrum, I guess, are into weird things like cemeteries, but you do see it a lot now because of that whole Explorer videos thing where people go to certain graveyards or whatever and try to get paranormal activity, or, you know, whichever places. To think people are getting married, having kids, and starting careers, and I'm just over here exploring cemeteries. Have always felt like an odd one out from the bunch most of my life. But then again, I feel like I get to, you know, understand things without being brainwashed by things like people are today. I mean, I'm not really worried about how many selfies you take or what you're watching on Netflix or anything, because that won't matter 50 years from now. Anyway, I guess I'll just come back to the front and give you a view of everything as it is. Decent little piece of land out here. I wonder how many acres it is. guess that'll be it for the cemetery. I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of tired from walking over here, so I guess I'll put a cut on this